Hey guys, a big welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be about the Kat Von D Shade+Light contour palette. I've been using it for about a month now, so I pretty much know like my thoughts on it. Now I know that a lot of you guys want to know if this palette is like better than the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, or if that one's better, but I actually don't own that one. I never have, so I wouldn't know that. So this isn't a video that's going to be comparing this palette to any other contour palette at all. I'm just going to be talking about it, the things that I like about it, the things that I don't. So let's just get right into it. So it retails for $46. It comes with a pretty big mirror, which I'm like covering so that the light won't hit you guys. But anyway, yeah, $46. It's pretty big. It brings 6 matte eyeshadows, 3 highlights, 3 contour shades. The contour shadows are all very gray, cool toned shadows. Now, this is what I like and don't like about that. Gray toned shadows are like the perfect shadows to contour with because you're gonna give your face a more realistic shadow wherever you place the contour in. So it's gonna basically make your contour look more realistic. It's gonna make it look more like actual shadows instead of just bronzer, and that's great. The thing though with me is that I feel like if I just contour my whole face with it, it's just gonna look like very dull, very like weird. So what I do is that I only contour my cheekbones and my nose with it, and then for the rest of my face, like my forehead, my jawline, for that I just use my regular NYX matte bronzer in the color medium. And this is just a regular bronzer with reddish brown undertones, which won't make me look like as dull and like, you know what I mean, like it brings dimension back into my face. I love that she threw in 3 different highlighting shades. The peachy one I don't really use. It doesn't really show up on my face much, but if you're someone who's like darker toned than me, then it should show up on you like just fine. I like using the banana. I'm calling it banana, but it's actually called Lyric. I like using the yellow tone shade to set my concealer under my eyes, and then I use this like sort of flesh tone color to highlight my chin, my forehead, my nose, and then I use it also to clean up under my contour. And as for the contour shades, I actually use them all. I use the medium, I guess it is like the medium shade, and the darker one to contour my cheekbones, and then I use the lightest one to contour my nose. The pigmentation of the whole palette in general is amazing, and they're just so soft. They blend out really well. Let me just show you guys how pigmented these are. Well, you probably can't really see them on my finger, but they're like very pigmented, and they're very easy to blend out. I know that when you're like just beginning and you don't really know how to contour, it could be easy for you to just make like very harsh lines on your face, but with this palette you're gonna be able to blend out those shadows very easy if you do ever create any harsh lines. Alright, so I'll just stop rambling now and let me show you guys the demo, so please keep watching to see how I use the palette. So I already have my foundation on, and I'm just applying my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the color Sand, and I'm just applying it underneath my eyes, on my nose, on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and my chin. And I'm gonna be patting that into my under eye areas, and as you can see, I'm really just pushing the products into my skin. Now taking Shadowplay, which is the middle color, I'm just going to be tapping my brush very lightly into it and then contouring my cheekbones. And this is just a very cheap contouring brush that I bought from eBay. It was like $3, and if you guys want, I can leave the link for that below in the comments, in the info bar. Now tapping my brush very lightly into Subconscious, that's the darkest shade, I'm just gonna deepen up the contour. Taking Sombre, this is the shadow that I contour my nose with a blending eye brush. I'm just starting at the inner corners of my eyes and bringing that down the bridge of my nose. I'm taking my NYX bronzer to add some warmth into my face, since the Kat Von D shadows are just too cool toned for me, and I'm just placing this mainly all over my forehead. I'm gonna also be blending out the lines under my cheekbones with it, and then placing some of it on my jawline. I'm taking the shadow Lucid. However, I don't know where the footage of this went, but I placed the shadow on the middle of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and on my chin to highlight those areas. And now I'm just taking some blush and putting that on my cheekbones. Now I'm taking the brush that I used for all of the highlighting shadows, and I didn't pick up any more products, just the product that it already has on it, and I'm just going underneath my cheekbones to make the contour more defined. For a glowy highlight, I'm using the shimmer strips from Physicians Formula, and I'm just taking the two bottom colors and placing that on top of my cheekbones for a pop. And this is the end of the demo. This is how I use the Kat Von D Shade+Light contour palette. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you already haven't. I'll see you all next time. Thank you. Bye.